Hey guys, today we're going to be analysing this beautiful vocal texture from Ori and the Blind Forest, specifically a cue called Ori Lost in the Storm written by Gareth Coker. So before we break down this orchestration layer by layer, let's have a listen to the texture. So now we've heard the texture, let's break down the orchestration layer by layer. This texture has 4 layers. We have the melodic layer and 3 layers that make up the harmony. So if we start by analysing the melodic layer, our ears are focused the most on this beautiful solo female vocal. Now this sings in quite a large range from about middle C and spans about an octave and a half upwards. And this large range includes some big leaps, seeming to enhance the emotion of the line. Also, the quality of this female vocal also represents the motherly quality of Naru, a character who nurtures Ori through the story. Rhymes. Here we also have a glockenspiel doubling in unison, the vocal melody, and a piano doubling an octave below. And here these both just help the melody to stand out in the texture. So if we move on to the first layer of the harmony, we can find some arpeggios in the zither, which play in a similar range to that vocal melody. Admittedly, I don't know much about the zither, but I can tell you that it's a steel or nylon stringed instrument, and it has a delicate sound often described as bright and ethereal. So the arpeggios in this instrument here fall to the background of the texture and add subtle details. And these details can represent some of the details you could find deep in a forest, like insects or maybe even fireflies. So the next layer of this texture is some sustains in an evolving pad. Now my best guess by ear is that it's sustaining on a single note that fills up a lot of the frequency range. And the evolving pad here falls to the background of the texture and puts us in a huge, expansive environment. And that can represent the large forest that Naru and Ori must navigate throughout this story. If we move on to the final layer of this texture, we have some sustains in the low strings. Now my best guess by ear is that it's playing in this 2-octave range from about middle C downwards. And I can also maybe piece it together from the fact that the melody and some of the other layers of this texture are playing towards the top. Something John Williams would probably do is fill this gap down the bottom with the chords in these strings. So my best guess, this would be voiced to keep all of these string instruments in their comfortable ranges in something like double bass, cello, viola. So in summary, now that we've analysed all of these layers, let's put it together. This texture had 4 layers. The beautiful solo female vocal supported by glockenspiel and piano. The arpeggios in the zither that fall to the back of the texture and add subtle details. Sustains in the evolving pad, putting us in this large atmosphere. And the sustains in the low strings, adding this deeply emotional harmonic bed to the texture. So now we've analysed each of the layers and put it all together. Let's have a listen to the texture one final time.